Anna Marie Duke was born on December 14, 1946, in Elmhurst, Queens, New York. The world would come to know her as Patty Duke, a name chosen for her not by her family, but by the people who would soon control her young life. Patty was the youngest of 3 children, born into a deeply troubled home. Her father, John Duke, was a violent alcoholic who eventually abandoned the family. Her mother, Frances, battled severe depression, leaving young Anna emotionally adrift and vulnerable. At the tender age of 8, Anna was handed over to talent managers John and Ethel Ross. To the outside world, they were helping her chase stardom. But behind closed doors, they were manipulative and abusive. They changed her name to Patty Duke, claimed she was older than she was to land her roles, and took total control of her life, her meals, her friendships, her money, even her identity. She later described this time as the beginning of a long and painful split between her public image and private suffering. Despite the turmoil, Patty was a natural performer. Her breakthrough came when she was cast as Helen Keller in The Miracle Worker on Broadway. At just 16, she reprised the role in the 1962 film adaptation, earning an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. She was the youngest person at that time to receive an Oscar in a competitive category. But while the world celebrated her, Patty was already unraveling inside. In 1963, she was given her own television show, The Patty Duke, show where she played dual roles as look-alike cousins, Patty and Kathy Lane. The series was a hit, making her a teen idol. On screen, she was bubbly and charming. Off-screen, she was struggling with severe mood swings, deep depression, and growing paranoia. At just 17, she was living alone in a Hollywood apartment, trying to manage fame, trauma, and an undiagnosed mental illness. In her early 20s, things took a darker turn. She began acting erratically, spending impulsively, going days without sleep, making spontaneous and self-destructive decisions. She was misdiagnosed repeatedly, prescribed the wrong medications, and institutionalized at one point. She married director Harry Falk at 19, a relationship marred by abuse and control. That marriage collapsed, as did several others. One of the most confusing chapters of her life came in 1970, when she married rock promoter Michael Tell for just 13 days. That union, brief as it was, led to the birth of her son, Sean Astin, though his paternity would remain uncertain for years. Later, she married actor John Astin, of the Addams Family fame, and they had a son together. For a while, life seemed calmer. She adopted John's sons, and they built a blended family. But inside, Patty still didn't have answers. Her emotional highs and lows continued to haunt her, damaging relationships and clouding her sense of self. It wasn't until 1982, at the age of 35, that Patty was finally diagnosed with bipolar disorder. This diagnosis changed her life. For the first time, there was a name for the chaos she had endured for decades. Armed with that understanding, she began a new chapter, not just as an actress, but as a powerful advocate for mental health awareness. She spoke openly about her struggles at a time when few dared to, helping to shatter stigma and offer hope to others suffering in silence. In 1987, she published her memoir, Call Me Anna, which became a bestseller and was adapted into a TV movie. In it, she revealed the abuse she had suffered as a child, her mental health battles, and the truth behind the facade of fame. She followed it up with a second book, A Brilliant Madness, further detailing her experience with bipolar disorder. Her bravery in speaking out inspired a new generation to seek help and speak honestly. Even as she stepped into advocacy, Patty never stopped acting. She took on numerous television roles and earned 3 Emmy Awards, cementing her status as one of the most talented actresses of her generation. She also received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, a public acknowledgement of a career that had begun in pain but endured in brilliance. In 1986, Patty married Michael Pierce, a military drill sergeant. With him, she found the kind of love and stability that had long eluded her. They moved to Idaho, away from Hollywood's chaos, and adopted a son together. In her final years, she focused on family, advocacy, and healing. On March 29, 2016, Patty Duke passed away at the age of 69. From sepsis due to a ruptured intestine. Her death shocked fans around the world. But her legacy lived on, in her films, her activism, and the lives she touched through her honesty. Patty Duke's life was marked by unimaginable pain, but also extraordinary resilience. She survived abuse, misdiagnosis, public scrutiny, and mental illness. But she turned her suffering into strength, her platform into purpose. More than a star, she became a symbol of survival. And in the end, she gave the world something far more powerful than entertainment. She gave it truth, courage, and hope. She was Patty Duke. And she was, finally, free to be Anna. If this story moved you, and if Patty Duke's courage, pain, and powerful journey touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel for more true life stories that matter. Every life holds a lesson. Every voice deserves to be heard. And together, we can honor those who fought their battles in silence by giving them the light they always deserved. Thank you for watching. Take care of your mind, your heart, and each other.